afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Alex Paul from InvestorStream, and I'll be your host today. Presenting for you today is AnteoTech Managing Director David Radford, who will present a shareholder briefing following the finalisation of the company's operational review and strategic plan. You can download a copy of the presentation from the ASX platform as it has just been lodged. A copy of the webinar will also be available on AnteoTech's website and social media platforms later today. But for now, I'd like to throw it over to David to kick things off for us. David, the floor is yours.
Alex, thank you very much, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here presenting my second webinar as the CEO and Managing Director of AnteoTech. Hopefully, you will have all had an opportunity to review the half-yearly and the announcement on Trinseo, and I will be talking about the importance of those documents today. What I intend to cover today is basically a 90-day operational review and how I've focused on realigning the business to really drive growth and commercial value into the business as our shareholders have requested from us. So I've included responses to many of the questions that have been submitted, and obviously I will be answering those as much as I am able to within the restraints of anything in commercial in confidence I won't be touching upon. Alex, if you could go to the next slide, please, that would be great. So as a company, we've had the executive leadership team and our high potential employees focus upon developing a company mission. And if you look at the mission statement here, I really would like you to focus upon three key tenets. First one is that we are focusing through accelerated development upon speed to market and speed to execution. We're looking at commercialization of products and IP. And also, as you will see here, we're looking at ownership and accountability of our teams. This mission statement was developed by, as I say, the executive leadership team and our high potential employees that we view as future leaders of the business. When I look at the opportunity that AnteoTech has, I believe that we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take advantage of all that is going on in the battery space and the point-of-care technologies. And personally, I'm extremely excited by the opportunities that we have ahead of us, and I believe that our strategic plan captures these opportunities and really looks at speed to market and how we can take advantage of what's going on. Alex, if I could have the next slide, please. If I look at the summary of the first half of FY23, this was very much a transition period as we focused upon realignment. We had a new chair join the company in April 2022. We had new board members from late in calendar year 21, and obviously we had a change of CEO with myself joining in October 22. We had Miss Katrina Byrne join initially as project manager in early September 2022, and very quickly we recognized that we needed a chief operating officer and moved Katrina into that role. And in parallel, looking at innovation and new technologies, we moved Dr. Charlie Huang into the chief innovation officer. What we achieved in the first 6 months of the year has been significant. We've continued to develop the life cycles and the life of the AnteoX product. We're continuing to work on the silicone anode. We've been recognized with 2 industry awards, both the renewable energy category at the Australian Climate Technology Awards and the Manufacturing Innovation Award at the Australians Technology Competition. These have been fantastic cornerstones as we've engaged with our collaborators, although as I've previously said, we are no longer talking about collaborators, and as you will see from the announcement today, we are moving collaborators to partnerships with a view to commercialization. So we have great momentum. We have a continuing development of the business pipeline. Also, in the first half, we've commenced planning for our AnteoTech pilot plant. Orders have been placed for short lead items for long lead items, and work is underway for that. And we anticipate that we're on track for commissioning early in Q1 of financial year 24. Next slide, please. Okay, so the feedback that we've had from shareholders is AnteoTech has not been good at execution or creation of long-term value. As I look at the structuring of the organisation and the way in which I want to lead this business, and we want to focus upon deliverables, we have 4 key tenets here that really focus upon that building of the long-term value. If I look at number 1, the identification and prioritisation of opportunities, this really talks to our new product council and development of marketing capabilities. This is a very important part as we look at the markets as they are developing and rapidly changing, and so that we can take advantage of new opportunities as they come to the fore. Item 2, building strategic partnerships across markets. We're very lucky in that we have a very capable sales leader, very experienced, and now with the recent announcement of a Chief Marketing Officer, we have sales and marketing really driving item 2 as we look to build the strategic partnerships. Item 3, our innovation team and our intellectual property team, the teams of scientists have done a first-rate job in developing our IP and our portfolio of offerings, and will continue to do so, but in a way that supports the commercialization activities. As I said in my first webinar, we want to become a marketing-led, sales-driven organisation, and organisationally we are heading that way. Item 4 really speaks to operational excellence, and as you would appreciate with the background of Miss Byrne, she really, having spent time in the aviation business and operational roles in this sort of area, she brings a wealth of skill and knowledge. If I look now at our corporate structure and our leadership, we are well placed for delivery of the strategic plan and driving growth as we move into the second half of financial year 23 and financial year 24. We have great board support, and we have recently gone through a review of the strategic plan that was signed off by the board and approved as we focus upon these growth initiatives. Next slide, please, Alex. So as I look at the strategic plan, the immediate focus is upon short to mid-term revenue growth. We want to get the revenue stream growing, and we're looking at marketing-led, sales-driven. Again, that is the mantra of what we are becoming as an organisation. Our organisation is structured that way, and our leadership team has all the right skills in place. In the life science business, we are looking at partnerships to help us drive business. These are strategic partnerships, both in point of care and also in AnteoBind development. And I'll talk about that as we get into the life science area. In the clean energy technology, the Trinseo announcement is the first one, and there will be many following. It is a seminal moment for the company. It is a memorandum of understanding, but the difference between previous memorandum of understandings and this one is that there is a clearly defined roadmap that will take us to commercialization and an ability for both parties to monetize the technology. So the company is really cementing the partnerships and really looking at how we build the sales stream and the sales revenues across the business. We have a great management team, as I say. The new website and branding, the branding is completed. The website is work in progress and will launch in early April. And now, I believe for the first time, we will be communicating rigorous KPIs so that you, as the shareholders, will be able to see the deliverables that we are looking to achieve and to deliver to you so that you can assess our performance. Next slide, please, Alex. In the life science area, The markets have gone through some significant change over the last couple of years. Obviously, COVID and COVID-19 and point-of-care testing has driven the awareness in companies of the value of tests that are conducted at the patient level rather than being sent off to a laboratory that provide a quick and cost-effective outcome. This has really opened up both point-of-care development, but also linked to that, the opportunity for us to sell AnteoBind. If I look back historically, the market for AnteoBind was very clearly defined. If I look at the market now, with a move to point-of-care technologies, that whole AnteoBind market is opening up. And this is a very exciting opportunity for us as we look at the short-term capability of the company. We have great sales leadership in Ian Steinhardt. We have a very clear roadmap and sales funnel as we're looking to develop that. And with the employment of a chief marketing officer, we will be commencing marketing initiatives to really drive AnteoBind uptake. We are targeting what is currently a very significant market that is owned by EDC, which is a chemical binder. And we estimate that their sales revenue is of the order of 700 million. As things move to more point-of-care testing, we are looking to be playing in that market as the product of choice. We have ease of use, we have storage benefits, we have cost benefits in implementing. So as products get developed for point-of-care technologies, we aim to be the product of choice in that sector. As I look at the point-of-care market in a broader perspective, we are looking at acquisitions to help us drive revenue growth. What we are looking at is we have expertise in development of the assays and then taking the assay through to a technology transfer before it moves into manufacturing. We are looking at both partnering and acquiring companies with the expertise that will enable us to take niche products that have very high value through to a market and then on-sell them to a major medical supplier. So a very different approach as we move forward, but one that plays to our strength, plays to the rapidly growing markets, and really enables us to leverage the AnteoBind inside message. Thanks, Alex. If I could have the next slide. So looking at the point-of-care summary, as I say, there is a greater awareness of point-of-care technology. In the medical environment within which we've been operating, we have enormously high regulatory hurdles that are both costly financially and in terms of getting to market in a timely fashion. We are looking to expand our life sciences point-of-care offering to include veterinary, food, agricultural and environmental testing. And we have conversations in place and in play as we speak, looking at high-value niche products that we can potentially bring to market much quicker than going through the traditional regulatory processes we have to go through for both the TGA and the FDA. Again, we have a world-leading capability in the development of assay technology and protein conjugation, and we're looking to leverage AnteoBind in our partnership discussions. As I look at our COVID and our multiplex testing, we've made a decision that we are going to cease development of those products. The learnings we have from development and the technical transfer is invaluable. However, if you look at the markets for these products, the markets have really been swamped by imported products at a much lower price point, whereby it is a binary yes or no. We believe that there are better ways to focus our money and better returns achievable by partnering for future growth with current point-of-care technology companies and also looking at these lower regulatory hurdles. So we are looking at really focusing in the assay development and protein conjugation. We will partner to take through to manufacturing, and then we will look at receiving royalties from sales of innovative niche products. And as I mentioned earlier, we are looking at acquiring assets. And Alex, if you could take me to the next slide, please. The vision that we have is to build a global development business that basically leverages the core competency of AnteoTech with our assay technology, combined with other companies that have the ability to transfer to production more efficiently than we do, and then move into the production, so that ultimately we will have an end-to-end product development company that will compete on a global scale. I am holding conversations with potential acquisition targets as we speak, and the model that has been proposed is being well received. As you would appreciate, these processes are not short-term, they are certainly mid-term, but as I look at this opportunity to build a global business that leverages our core IP that we have in AnteoBind and build a services solution with global reach, it is one that I'm going to take the time to focus upon meaningful and real acquisitions that add value to the business. Alex, if I could go to the next slide, please. In terms of the KPIs that we have signed off for the life science business, first one here is to acquire a strategic equity position within a point of care asset by the end of December 23, or first half financial year 24. The second one is entry into at least one commercial partnership to develop new point of care offerings by the end of December 23. The third one is commercial agreements to provide contract services for AnteoBind sales with at least 2 new point of care development companies. Again, this one by the end of September 23. Expanded distribution of AnteoBind sales. As we look at more of a global focus, we want to partner with a global company that can achieve success for us. And we are looking to achieve that by the end of September 2023. We want to, as a fifth KPI, we want to commence a meaningful and strategic marketing program to drive growth through universities, through development centers, and through potential partners. Again, this will be in place by the end of this financial year, i.e. by the end of June 2023. The time is right for us to leverage this opening up of the point of care technology market. AnteoBind gives us a great opportunity to do that, and given the changes in the point of care market and the opportunities to consolidate and build a global business focused upon the service delivery and leverage of AnteoBind, we have a great opportunity that we have to take advantage of in the short to medium term. So I'm very excited about the opportunities that exist within the life sciences sector. Alex, if I could have the next slide, please. As I look at the clean energy technology, our major goal here during our strategic planning process, so the next couple of years, is a transition to a cash-generating business division. And I'm sure this will be music to the ears of our shareholders. We are looking to drive profitable sales. The announcement today of the Trinseo partnership, as I say, it will move to a commercial footing upon achievement of specific milestones. These milestones have been agreed by both Trinseo and by ourselves. And this is the first of several partnerships that we are moving from collaborator to commercial partnerships. And it is a very exciting time in the battery sector. We are looking at developing meaningful AnteoX revenue in financial year 2024. We are targeting licensing revenue from the microsilicon anode in the following year, FY 2025. We are on track for our pilot plant to be commissioned early in financial year 2024. And again, that will drive greater partnerships, greater awareness of what we're doing, and build our profile within the very rapidly developing battery market. We continue to assess the market for new opportunities, and we're looking for strategic partnerships with whom we can develop these new opportunities, whether they be in hydrogen or whether they be in new battery storage capabilities. Conversations are already underway with potential partners on funding these developments. So things are moving very quickly. And again, it is a once in a lifetime opportunity to take advantage of this market dynamic. Next slide, please, Alex. So in summary, the battery market is developing rapidly. Speed to market is critical for us. And in terms of technical progress, we are making excellent progress with both AnteoTech and the silicone anode. And I acknowledge that there have been many questions around where are we with cycles, etc. This is actually, as we enter into these discussions with business partners, this has now become a very important part of what we are selling and the negotiations we are having. And I'm afraid that that is now commercial in confidence. But I'm asking you to judge the success of the silicone anode by our ability to enter into commercial partnerships. We are using the performance of the anodes to drive commercialization initiatives. And as I say, we are having multiple meetings to move from collaboration to partnership. If I could have the next slide, please, Alex. So to talk a bit more about Trinseo. Trinseo is one of the global leaders in binder technology. The Memorandum of Understanding, as we have entered into, outlines a series of steps that both parties are committed to achieving as we work towards a commercial agreement. Now, that commercial agreement will obviously involve revenues, offtake of pilot plant production, and at some stage, as this business grows, we will be looking to offshore the manufacturing capability. Trinseo is an excellent partner for all of this. They have a global reach and they have a stated desire of being one of the leading global binder manufacturers in the world. As I look at the culture of the Trinseo team, it is fantastic. We are completely aligned from a cultural perspective. We are both focused upon speed to market and execution to add value to our shareholders. Their battery technologies business is a key focus for them and one upon which they are very focused. I believe that this partnership will blossom and flourish, and we are putting the right building blocks and investment in place to make sure that we take full commercial advantage of this partnership in place. And I'd refer you to this quotation on the next slide, please, Alex, by Andre Hugentobler, who is the new Business Development, Technology and Innovation Director. And the important part to me is AnteoTech's innovative AnteoX technology enables us to expand our Voltabond range to yet untapped performance properties. We are excited to partner with AnteoTech and work with our customers in the industry to enable the battery capabilities they strive for. This is tremendous recognition of all that we have in the clean energy technology division. And to have that recognition from a global player like Trinseo, with a memorandum of understanding that, as I repeat, is moving to a commercial footing, is, I believe, a seminal game-changing moment for the company. And I am personally very excited by all that brings. Alex, if I could have the next slide, please. So as I look at the KPIs for the clean energy technology, first one, I look at entry into 2 memorandum of understandings, defining a roadmap to commercialization. Clearly, we've announced one today. Watch this space, there is more to come. This business is going to grow at a rate of knots. We are very excited by all that the battery ecosystem offers, and we are focused upon investment for growth in that sector. We are focused, the next KPI is registration to enable us to sell product into the European market, and that will be underway by the end of this financial year, i.e. by the end of June. We're talking about commencement of sales to a minimum of 1 business partner by the end of financial year 2024. What we will be doing as we progress down this arrangement with Trinseo is optimizing our AnteoX binder with their Voltabond range so that we enhance the performance and we deliver to expectations on performance enhancement. And the fourth KPI we have is looking at entering into a commercial agreement with fees for the development and partnership with ongoing license of future product developments. We want to use our capabilities partnering with multinational companies to accelerate their path into new technologies. And we're very excited about these technologies across a range of areas. Obviously, it broadens our reach and it minimizes the risk of a technology move within the market. So we are doing all we can to expand our market reach and the breadth of offerings we have. If I could have the next slide, please, Alex. So the battery global market in 2030 is expected to be 180 billion. We are looking at actively driving truncated development programs where we leverage existing IP and capabilities as we look at taking on new areas. We intend to be part of the leading players in the ecosystem by 2026. That is my aspiration for this business, and that is where I want us to be. We will be part of the global leadership in the battery ecosystem by 2026, and that will come off leveraging the AnteoX and the silicon anode program and working with partners such as Trinseo. And this is an incredibly exciting opportunity ahead of us. If I could have the next slide, please, Alex. As you would appreciate, to get there, we have to have the right organizational structure. We have to have the right people doing the right thing. We have created now the right organizational structure. If I look at our leadership team, we have a tremendous commercially focused leadership team that is going to drive us to achieve these goals. Execution and accountability is what we are focused on now. We have a tremendous team supporting the leadership team, and we will continue to both attract good talent and develop from within. Some of the examples of the strategic hires that have been brought in that will really add value to the business. We've got Miss Byrne in the Chief Operating role coming in September. We've got Miss Leanne coming in as Chief Marketing Officer. And we've got a wealth of knowledge and experience that we are looking to develop and mentor to take the business through to the next level. And as we partner with more international partners, we are going to be looking at how we best service those companies that are predominantly in the Northern Hemisphere. And I believe that within 12 months, we will be looking at international expansion into the Northern Hemisphere, potentially by the end of financial year 2024. So very exciting, critically important that we have the right people doing the right things and we build for the future. If I could have the next slide, please, Alex. So as you would appreciate, I'm not going to give guidance on our revenue numbers, but what I am going to state very clearly is AnteoBind is going to be the platform that we drive from today. We've been driving it for the last quarter and we are going to go hard. We have tremendous leadership in the sales area. We have a wonderful sales funnel and we know how to get that business. That is what we are going to do with AnteoBind. In parallel, we are in open conversations with a view to entering into commercial contracts to offer assay development and driving that as a revenue stream for the business. AnteoX, we have slated for revenues towards the end of FY 2024. Part of that is because we are scaling up our pilot plant and that will be ready, I repeat, again, we are anticipating early in the first quarter of financial year 2024, i.e. before September. So as we scale that up and we start producing product, we have partners that we are lining up that we believe will enter into commercial offtake agreements. So it really becomes a matter of speed for us to achieve that. And the silicone anode we have conservatively slated for financial year 2025. I believe, based on what we are seeing and hearing, that may well be in financial year 2024. The positive takeaway from this is that we have 4 revenue streams that we are now focused on and are going to execute in the next 12 to 24 months. If I could have the next slide, please, Alex. If I look at the investment summary, I repeat again, and I apologize if I'm sounding like a broken record, we have a once in a lifetime opportunity to take advantage of the growth in the battery sector. The point of care technology market is moving very rapidly. That is growing rapidly. We have an opportunity with acquisitions, with partnerships, and a new revitalized opportunity with AnteoBind that is extremely exciting. The time is now for us to execute on the strategic plan and drive growth. Speed is of the essence. We have a board that is supportive of our growth initiatives. We have the right people doing the right things, and we are moving very quickly. If we're not there already, we are very close to a marketing-led, sales-driven company. The value of AnteoTech as a company is being recognized by our collaborators, and the conversations we are having as we're looking to move them to partnerships are very different. We have a great future ahead of us. And as I made a commitment at the AGM, I believed then that the company in 12 months, i.e. from November 2022, would be a very different business. We have embarked on that journey. The first step is today with the Trinseo announcement. There is more to come, and personally, I'm extremely excited, and I know the leadership team is excited about the opportunities ahead of us. We have a roadmap for growth, and we are focused upon speed, upon commercialization, and upon ownership and accountability. And I want to thank you, the shareholders, for your ongoing support. We have great support from the board. We have great support from yourselves. And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for the trust you have given us. We are now focused on execution. So thank you very much for the opportunity to give you this update. And I look forward to providing more good news in the very short term. Thank you very much. And thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much, David. Look, thank you all for joining me. And I'd like to note the outstanding turnout for today's webinar. We've had about 230 people through the door, which is an exceptional turnout, and it's really appreciated by myself and obviously the AnteoTech team. I'd also like to thank David for presenting as well. I think he did a fantastic job. Now, as I mentioned before, a recording of the webinar will be on AnteoTech's website and social media platforms later today. That wraps it up for us here. Thank you, everyone, and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.